Alright, good day class. Today we will be looking at factorizing a four-term expression. I'm going to be using a very simple procedure. As long as you pay attention, you will see how easy and useful this method is. Alright? The first step is I'm going to draw a box right? You don't have to use a ruler to draw your box. I just want to be neat. Alright, I want the solution to be presentable, but you don't have to use a ruler. Alright, so for this method we take the first term. We always take the first term and write it in the first box. So the first term goes in the first box. Alright, the final term goes in the last box. Alright, so the first term goes in the first box, and the final term goes in the final box. Alright, now these two terms can go in any box, in any of the two remaining boxes. Let me repeat that. These two terms can go in any one of the two remaining boxes. Alright, so 6x and 3x. Alright, now I am going to be using arrows to help us determine the answer. Alright, I will explain to you what the arrows mean. Alright, so in this direction, the GCF of 2 and 3 is 1. So the GCF of 2 and 3 is 1. The greatest number that can divide into 2 and 3 is 1. Alright, the greatest common factor of x squared and x is x. I said to you in a previous video that you choose the x with the smallest exponent. So the GCF of x squared and x is x. Alright, so our overall GCF of these two terms going in the direction of this arrow of these two terms is 1x. Alright, in this direction, the GCF of 6x and 9 is 3. Alright, I cannot write 3x. If I write 3x, that is incorrect. Alright, because x is not common to both terms. 9 does not have an x. Only 6 has an x. Because x is not common to these two terms in this direction, the GCF of these two terms is only 3. Okay? Alright. Let's look at the arrow pointing in this direction. In this direction. Alright? Our GCF of 2 and 6 is 2. Alright? Our GCF of x squared and x is x. And notice we are focusing on this direction. Look at the arrow. This direction. This direction. And the GCF of x squared and x is x. We choose the term in x with the smallest exponent. Alright? Good. Let's move on to this arrow here. This arrow right here. Alright? It's pointing downwards, downwards, downwards. Alright? So we are going to find the GCF coming down of these two terms. These two terms. Alright? And our GCF of 3x and 9 is only 3. Alright? Only 3. Alright? Now, this term is positive because the first term is positive. Alright? Notice our arrow. Alright? This term is positive because the first term is positive. Alright? So I can put a plus right here. This term is positive because our first term is positive. And look at our arrow. Alright? Our first term inside our box is positive. Alright? Look at this arrow now. This number is positive because the first term is positive. Alright? In this direction. Alright? So our answer is, let me use a different color. Our answer is 1x plus 3 and 2x plus 3. Alright? That's your answer. Alright? And I could go further and just say x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. This one I don't need to rewrite it. Alright? This number 1, I don't need to rewrite it. Alright? Alright, one more example. Alright. I'm going to factorize this 4-term expression. Alright. This time I am just going to make a freehand sketch of a box. Alright. So as I said for the previous example, you don't need a ruler, alright, but I wanted that particular solution to be presentable. But for this example, I drew this box using freehand just to let you know that you don't have to use a ruler. Okay. All right. So our first term always goes in our first box. All right. Our final term always goes in our final box. Always. All right. Our remaining two terms goes in the remaining boxes. All right. So any of these terms can go anywhere. All right. Can go anywhere. The key thing to remember is the first term goes in the first box. The last term goes in the final box. All right. All right. I'm going to use arrows to help us to know which two terms to find the GCF of. All right. So the purpose of an arrow is for us to know which two terms I need to find the GCF of. Okay. So in this direction, the GCF of 5 and 2, that's 1. The GCF of x squared and x is x. We always choose the x term with the smallest exponent. All right. So it's x. All right. In this direction, the GCF of 10x and 4 is 2. That's the largest possible number you can find that can go into 10 and 4 without leaving a remainder. All right. And we do not write 2x. We do not write 2x because x is not common to these two terms. All right. It's not common. All right. In this direction, our GCF of 5 and 10 is obviously 5. Our GCF of x squared and x is x. We choose the x variable with the smallest exponent. All right. For this arrow coming in this direction, our GCF of these two terms, is only 2. So plus 2. All right. You cannot write 2x because x is not common to these two terms. All right. And you want the greatest common factor. That's what you want, the greatest common factor. All right. So x cannot be written along with 2. It's only 2. So our greatest common factor of these two terms is only 2. All right. So our answer is all right, that is, I can just say x plus 2. You don't have to write the 1. You don't have to. All right. And at the top here, yes, it's 5x plus 2. All right. 5x plus 2. All right. Probably tomorrow I will create a video showing you how to test if your answer is right. All right, so this is a video presentation on how you would factorize a 4-term expression, and I showed you the simplest method that is out there that you can use. Okay, if you have any questions, any clarifying questions, if there is something that you don't understand about this procedure, you can always send me an email and I will respond in a timely manner and find a simpler way to help you. Okay? All right, so have a good day, class.